Hello there and welcome to the third round of the Enduro World Series 2017. My name's Rick McLaughlin and as ever it's my job to be your guide as we go and hunt for the world's fastest mountain bike racer. We are at round 3 of 8 in this year's championship and the first two have been wet and wild weather affected affairs. Who could have predicted that a spot of moisture would make racing bikes down mountains slightly more unpredictable?
No visibility. Big surprise and crazy.
I'm so happy.
So what is Madeira famous for? Well, we've got dolphins, we've got men pushing other men down hills, and we have got the beautiful Cristiano Ronaldo. But aside from all that, the island is making a name for itself as one of the hottest destinations in European mountain biking. The race is set to take place over 2 days. That's 97 kilometres and 9 stages of Freeride Madeira's finest trails. The riders will face nearly 5 vertical kilometres of downhill. Without further ado, it's time to get the riders on the stages and start the clocks. Powered by Freeride Madeira and sponsored by Absolute Black, this is the third round of the Enduro World Series 2017.
Long, a lot of little climb. Brutal. It's killer. It's a killer. Miserable. That's tough. It's a hard trail to feel like you're riding a bike well when you're 10 minutes deep. I'm pretty happy to start doing that. The new start top was tough. Didn't know the grip levels, you know. We were battle out there, but it was fun. Good to get that first one out of the way.
Riding one, I've lost the lenses, and I was like, oh, corner!
Series leader and reigning champ Cecile Ravenel had to settle for second place in Tasmania and it had clearly lit a fire underneath her at round 3. Stage 1 was set to be the longest and most physically brutal of the weekend and she won it by nearly 11 seconds. Ines Thoma and Anita Gehrig were second and third just ahead of round 2 winner Isabeau Corderia. In the men's race it was clear that seconds were up for grabs for those prepared to dig deep, but few would have predicted that it would be Frenchman Thomas Leparis who would lay down the most watts to make it home fastest. Jared Graves was second and Damien Otton came home in third.
I kept my pedal and then I went down really fast. But the crowd was there, so they cheered a lot, so they helped me to get back up.
Vision restored, Corderia was fast on 2 but not as fast as Ravenel, who finished 6 seconds ahead of her. Israel's Noga Karem set about impressing everyone with a third place. The series leader Adrian Daly won stage 2. At just 20 years of age, the Frenchman was here to prove that his title lead was no fluke. Laparis and Borges rounded out the top 3. The third stage was a monster featuring perilously slick rocks and exposed ridgelines. Getting body and bike to the finish in one piece was top priority. Mechanical set in and slowed many, but Richie Rude battled home to third place. Jesse Melamed came in just ahead of him in second, and Daly topped the timesheets to claim the stage. Those results meant that Melamed was now in the driver's seat in the overall. Cécile Ravenel used the win on stage 3 to inflict some serious damage in the overall. Cordelier was still best of the rest, while privateer Noga Karem was riding high in third. Ines Thoma was in fourth.
Yeah, I've had a good day. It was pretty solid. Like, I didn't ride too crazy. I went pretty safe. A lot of guys have already had problems, so I'm just trying to stay consistent. I think at the end of the weekend that'll end up in a good result.
Does it feel strange riding 2 days as opposed to one this year?
I think it makes it harder. You need to arrange all the equipment again and fix the bike.
Day 1 ended with arguably the riders' favourite test of the weekend in stage 4. Cécile Ravenel swept the day with a 4-second victory to cement her overall lead by 53 seconds. In the men's race, Melamed was sitting pretty at the top of the timesheets, with stage winner Daly in close contention and Ireland's Greg Callaghan in third. Callaghan had quietly gone about his business all day and stayed clean throughout a tricky day's riding.
I know Cécile really wanted to show everyone that she is the first, and she proved it to everyone. I'm like, okay, you're way faster than me today.
I'm happy we finished with a so red stage. Stage 4 was dry and downhill, and it was so cool.
My tires are not flat, I'm alive, so now it's perfect. Yeah. Very stoked, yeah. I mean, this is what everyone wants to do, and to be leading up to day 1 it's sweet, but I know that I got another day to go, and try not to get too ahead of myself here, but just, you know, I'm happy to have a solid day under my belt.
Why do they put the stage, the most physical in the morning? It should be forbidden. Too tight, just too much on my mind, you know. Big crash. It just stop. It just keep going. Not my favorites, but the next half way better.
Not my type of terrain, but yeah, I tried hard and let's see.
The sun stayed out on the second day of racing, and Isabeau Cordelier knew that she had work to do if she wanted to catch Cécile in the overall. She made a good start with a win on stage 5. In the men's race, the hard-charging Robin Wallner suffered a broken chain when attempting to capitalise on a good day 1. Melamed admitted that he was feeling the pressure, but battled to third on the stage to hold on to his lead. Damien Auton, meanwhile, was holding on to second, and Belgian Martin Mays was on the move up into fourth.
Not so good, that big crash at the top.
I like when it's steep, just switch off your brain.
Adrian Daly laid claim to stage 6 after a huge crash on 5 which had essentially ended his overall hopes. Martin Mays was second and was finding his speed at the right time. Sam Hill was third, and Melamed was now finding his form again and was looking comfortable in the lead of the overall. At the front of the women's race, it was again nip and tuck between Corderia and Ravenel, with Cecile taking victory on 6 by the narrowest of margins.
I just came down and I think Jesse might have had a big mechanical. We heard a big bang. Yes? Honestly, one of those, like, I didn't know what I did, but all of a sudden the back wheel was just gone, so it sucks, but hopefully I can continue on and we'll see.
Last time here at the top and I get puncture.
Finally, first run that I stayed on my bike.
Yeah, pretty solid stage there. Consistent again, just trying to, that one there was had a lot of good lines in it, so I was just trying to hit my lines really, and I hit them pretty well. Everyone's having a lot of problems. It's a wild race.
On the ferocious stage 7, downhill specialist Miranda Miller took the win, with Cecile Ravenel 2 seconds back in second to maintain her grip on the overall. That bang from the top of the stage signalled disaster for Jesse Melamed when his rear tyre exploded. It was a cruel blow after such a sustained period in control of the race. The Rocks in 7 would also claim Adrian Daly's rear wheel as his dramatic day continued. The men's race had a new leader in the form of Greg Callahan.
Like a trendsetter, there's no competitors. I'm ever so confident. I'm repping for my continent, not looking for a compliment. When I break through, I'm coming to America, tearing down the barriers.
A real enduro stage, a bit of climbing, a good corner, and some rough section at the bottom.
Spotlights on me, riding lyrically, cause I float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, I smile when I speak.
That stage was good. That was fun. Like that's kind of my sort of stage, that one, I think.
Now I'm surrounded by a dream team, sitting on top of the league, supporting the grand vision I see. Spotlights on me, riding lyrically, cause I float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, I smile when I speak. As I ride in the beat, first black prime minister delivered his speech. Then one day, my people are free. A true poet like me is simply what the world needs to see. Someone that's sincere, the gracious.
It's like sunny out and just enjoying it. I think one of my favorite stages today.
In the women's race, it was once again Ravenel with the victory over Corderia and Carême. As the day wore on, the crowds retreated to the return of the champ. Richie Rude won stage 8 by just 1/100th of a second from Mays, but Callahan kept the pressure on with a third place to top the overall timesheets. Callahan now led from Mays by just 2 seconds. The slightest mistake from either of them on the day's final stage would be the difference between defeat and victory.
If I had a bit of a gap, I'd ride safe, but it's probably better off just to attack anyway, because when you ride safe, that's when you make mistakes.
Just to fully assert her dominance, Cecile Ravenel won the final test by 4 seconds. It was an imperious display which saw her riding at her very best. Isabeau Corderia was happy with her points haul but just couldn't live with her compatriots' pace in Madeira. Noga Carême finished a sensational third as a privateer with a stunning performance. Richie Rude again turned on the afterburners to take the win on stage 9, but it would be Callahan who'd edge Mays to glory as they finished the stage 3rd and 11th respectively.
Yeah, boy!
Well done, how does that feel?
Amazing, yeah, so good. It was a bit of deja vu after Tasmania being in the lead for the last stage and then blowing it, so just went full YOLO for the last one and it paid off. Like, it was a loose run, but I got it. Yeah, I've won 2 at home and I haven't won anywhere else, so to get 1 somewhere else is just amazing.
Isabeau took the win at the last round. Did that give you a bit of motivation here in Madeira?
Yeah, for sure. I was a little bit disappointed after Tasmania, and I changed a little bit my training, and now I feel better.
2 seconds back going into that last stage, does that play in your mind at all?
No, I didn't really want to know the times because it makes me really nervous. I knew we were really close each other, and unfortunately on the last stage, I first few corner I went down, and enduro these days is so tight, so as soon as you make a mistake, you're a bit back.
We had like to really push on every stages. It was physical, in the climb, in the downhill, it was like never stopping.
Was today a bit easier with the weather drying things up a bit?
Yeah, maybe easier. Also, I felt more confident. I was like having more fun today, so yeah, good day.
After 3 rounds then, Cécile Ravanel leads the Women's Enduro World Series from the superbly consistent Ines Thoma, and Scotland's Katie Winton holds on to 3rd. Carême is hot on her heels however in 4th, whilst Corderia is left to rue that DNF at round 1 back in 7th. In the men's, Greg Callahan's 3rd career win cements his lead in the overall, confirming that he will be the last man down the hill at his home round in Ireland. Adrian Daly's disappointing day 2 sees him drop to 4th behind Martin Mays, while Sam Hill continues to impress on his first full year of EWS duties in 2nd spot. In the team standings, the Cube Action team finished ahead of Commencal and Ibis Cycles Enduro Race team. That result would give Ibis the lead in the overall, ahead of Canyon and GT Factory Racing. So there we have it, yet another extremely exciting Enduro World Series round in 2017. They just keep getting better. Cécile Ravanel puts the disappointment of Derby behind her to take victory over Isabeau Corderia, and in the men's race, Greg Callahan scores his 3rd career victory, this time and for the first time outside of Ireland, where we go to next. Richie Rude finished today really strongly with 2 stage wins. Martin Mays in 2nd, Damien Autun in 3rd. This is turning out to be one of the most unpredictable championships of recent years. What will happen at the next race? Tune in next time to find out.
Yeah! Everyone's having a lot of problems. It's a wild race.